Some escape stories are quiet. This one was anything but. A North Korean soldier in a stolen military jeep, racing for the border. His own comrades chasing him down, opening fire as he crashes and runs. Bullets tear through the air until he finally collapses, bleeding out just meters from freedom. And the craziest part? The entire thing was caught on camera. Oh Chong-song wasn't an average defector. He was a North Korean military officer stationed near the joint security area where North and South Korea meet face to face. On November 13, 2017, without warning, he made a break for it. At 3:11 p.m., surveillance cameras captured him, speeding toward the demilitarized zone in a stolen military jeep. He wasn't just risking his life, he was crashing through one of the most heavily guarded borders on the planet. Then the vehicle hit a ditch. Oh jumped out and ran. North Korean soldiers chased him, firing over 40 rounds. 5 bullets hit him before he crossed the line. What followed was a moment of pure chaos. Then, silence. His body lay motionless in South Korean territory, inches from death. South Korean soldiers didn't hesitate. Unsure whether North Korea would fire again, a rescue team crawled through the brush, grabbed his unconscious body, and pulled him to safety. He was rushed to a hospital, where doctors found his intestines filled with parasites, a shocking sign of the conditions he had lived under. He barely survived, but his escape sparked an international firestorm. North Korea accused the South of kidnapping him. The escape footage went viral, and suddenly the world had a face and a body tied to one of the most dramatic defections ever captured. Quick break. If you're into strange true stories like this, you'll want to stick around. We drop at least 3 new videos every week uncovering the most chilling real-world secrets and hidden places you've never heard of. So, if you're enjoying this one, hit that subscribe button. It helps more than you know. Alright, let's get back to the story. In November 2017, Oh Chong-song made a desperate run for freedom. It wasn't just any ordinary escape, it was an act of sheer will and survival. Oh was stationed at the Joint Security Area, JSA, the only place in the world where soldiers from North and South Korea stand just meters apart, facing each other. On that fateful day, he sprinted for his life, running as fast as he could while being fired upon by his fellow soldiers. They shot at him multiple times, but Oh managed to escape the immediate area. His escape was nothing short of miraculous, running across the open fields, dodging bullets, and pushing his body to the limit. As he crossed the heavily guarded border, Oh collapsed from exhaustion and gunshot wounds, making it to the South Korean side. There, he was found by South Korean forces, who rushed him to a hospital where he was treated for his injuries. Despite the bullet wounds, he had survived. His escape would go down in history as one of the most daring and dramatic defections from North Korea. It was not just a military escape, but a leap toward freedom, and the price he paid was extreme, risking his life for a chance to escape the regime's iron grip. Oh Chong-song didn't just survive, he became living evidence of North Korea's hidden horrors. During surgery, doctors discovered parasites in his intestines, including a 30-centimeter-long roundworm. His body showed signs of severe malnutrition, and his blood was riddled with hepatitis B. These weren't just medical issues, they were warnings from inside the regime. For South Korean intelligence, Oh wasn't just a defector. He was a walking archive of what life is really like inside the Hermit Kingdom. His health shocked doctors. One said they hadn't seen such parasite infections since the Korean War era. It revealed how grim and unsanitary life is for ordinary soldiers in the North, even ones stationed in the elite DMZ border unit. And yet, as he lay recovering in a hospital bed, Oh still hadn't said a word about why he'd risked everything to escape. For days, Oh Chong-song remained silent, but when he finally spoke, the truth was more personal than political. Oh admitted that he hadn't planned a grand defection. He was drunk on the day of his escape, after a disagreement with his superiors. According to his own words, he feared punishment, possibly execution, and made a sudden, impulsive decision to drive toward the border and make a run for it. But that wasn't the whole story. In later interviews, South Korean intelligence learned more. Oh had been under immense psychological stress. His father was a high-ranking government official, but even that couldn't shield him from the harsh realities of North Korean life. He saw firsthand how brutal the regime was, even to its own people, and how fragile your life could be, no matter who you were. Oh Chong-song began his new life in South Korea, but adjusting wasn't easy. He entered university, studied public safety, and tried to blend in. But being the most high-profile defector in years made anonymity impossible. He struggled with mental health, media pressure, and even distrust from some South Koreans who questioned his background. In public interviews, Oh shared chilling details about life in the North. He described executions, starvation, and how he'd witnessed people disappear for questioning authority. But one comment stood out most. When asked why he risked everything to flee, he simply said, "I didn't feel human there." Despite his fame, Oh eventually vanished from the spotlight, relocating quietly to avoid attention. Some reports suggest he now lives under a protected identity, still afraid that North Korean agents could target him for what he exposed. His story is more than just a defection. It's a rare, real-world glimpse into a country built on secrecy, fear, and control. And the price he paid to leave was nearly everything. But here's what makes it truly haunting. Even after crossing the world's most fortified border and surviving gunfire from his own soldiers, Oh still lives in fear of being found, of being watched, of what could happen if North Korea ever catches up. That's the reality behind the headlines. Oh Chong-song didn't escape for politics. He didn't escape to be a hero. That's the real price of freedom. If you found this story as insane as I did, there's another one waiting for you right here on the screen right now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.